As a standard user, we're going to be blocked from a wide variety of items within the operating system. I always like to highlight first Windows administrative tasks, any of these built-in items within the operating system, things like changing date, time, network connection, system properties. As a very simple example, I'm going to attempt to change date and time here. Normally we'd see UAC popping up, but instead we've suppressed that. We've put up our own notification. I can just put in a justification. We can also get the same thing from applications that require administrative rights. A very simple example of this is Process Monitor from Microsoft. When we attempt to launch this, we've suppressed UAC, put up our own customized notification, and now the end user can put in a justification, and that'll be sent off to the Viewfinity administrator. Going into the Group Policy Management Editor, we can see the Viewfinity interface. Here in the inbox, we can see all the events that have occurred enterprise-wide that require administrative rights. In the previous example of date time, I'm going to double click on this and we can see all computers and users that requested this permission. I'm going to simply click on the Elevate button. It's going to now take that policy and drag that into Elevate, where the end user will now have the permission after a GP update has occurred. Let's also look at the other example of Process Monitor. Double clicking on this, we can see once again all the computers and users that requested it. And I'm just going to go ahead and click on this and we'll see what that particular justification is as well. Now we have a couple different options when dealing with an executable. I can elevate this by checksum. I can elevate any product called sysinternals procmon, or I can do something even more broad, such as the elevation on demand or as required of any Microsoft product that's digitally assigned. In this case, I have the option of creating a policy for any ActiveX control, executable, MSU, or MSI. One last important point I'd like to make about the inbox data collection and the aggregation of all these events enterprise-wide is the fact that we don't require a database to collect this information. We can actually do this in a variety of ways, such as WMI calls to individual machines for small environments, to a network share, or even the Microsoft event forwarding service. Let's take a look at an example of an advanced policy. I'm going to simply right-click, add a new policy. I'm going to call this block, and of course I'm going to use this for application blocking. Clicking next, I'm going to add an executable to here. It's going to be that block application. And I'm going to base this off of a matching set of parameters. I want to make this fairly broad, so I'm going to say I'm going to block anything that's coming from Pureform, which makes the C cleaner. And I'm going to use this as a string. We also have the ability to do as prefix, regular expression, wildcard, or match that exactly. Next, we can look at some of the options for the policy itself. We can do item level targeting. Some of these targets we can do, such as IP range, operating system, organizational unit, or even the security group. Click next, we can be location aware, either in or outside of the network. We can be time sensitive of when we want this policy to apply. Maybe we want to block this only when they're in the corporate network, but off network is okay. And we can do this audit trail through the application log here. Want to take a look at the end user experience, so we can show a dialog such as this item here, which is previewed, a balloon window, or we can simply show nothing at all. In this case, I'm actually going to show this dialog for application block. In case you have overlapping policies, we can also set a priority. Since we were just talking about notifications, let's take a look at our ability to customize an end user dialog. Opening up the dialogs, I'm going to take a look at the application block notification. I'm going to simply click on the item that I want to change, and I'm just going to change that icon. I'm going to go from the Viewfinity standard to another logo here. Clicking OK. Now we'll see what that looks like, and we'll see that logo pop up once we do that blocking policy.